accumulation by the end of a season, but other times it's just a challenging stretch that can leave you reeling.
Now, here is Irving. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers. Over Monk. Irving can't get it to go. McCollum outside. Pass to Kuzma. Shoots over Doncic. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by McCollum.
All Kuzma needed was the basketball. His feet were planted. He was ready on the catch.
Doncic kicks to Marshall. To the right side. Some nice passing here by Dallas. On its way from Irving for two. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Oh, guys, there are not many strokes more pure than that of Kyrie Irving's.
Butler in the corner. But Trey, they get the rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. First quarter, just over a minute played. Pass to Prosper. Doncic against McCollum. Now, here's Doncic, guarded closely. Here's Lively, and the layup's good off the glass.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Here's McCollum. Rebound by Marshall.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Now, here's Doncic. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. To the middle. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
If you allow Luka to establish position because of his size, his strength, his footwork, turn the lights out.
And Greg, at the time Kyrie joined Dallas, there were some questions around how he and Doncic would fit together.
Yeah, well, Dallas needed another ball handler who could score and make plays for others. Doncic couldn't do it all by himself, especially in the postseason. Now they're trying to build around those two guys.
Butler finds Kessler. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Kessler's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, Kessler ready to fire, locked and loaded on the catch.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, the Wizards head coach gave me a few minutes. Now, coach immediately recognized the many talents of Kyrie Irving. One thing he pointed out was not losing Irving on defense. Coach said Irving is just as dangerous without the ball. We can't let him get behind us. We have to make sure someone is on him at all times. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Monk. His last outing, he had 24 points. Monk against Doncic. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And finished off by Lively.
Well, Mr. Lively might be the best catch and finisher in the alley-oop situation. That's a dunk, folks.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
Should be an interesting game as these teams don't see a lot of each other being from different conferences.
Right, they'll meet 2 times this year, East versus West. Let's see which team can enforce their style of play.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Lively. Clarkson comes in for Najee Marshall. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Luka Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 7. Here's Gafford. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Prosper misses.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Off to the pass to Jackson. And another miss by Washington.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Daniel Gafford is a vertical threat at the cup. Look out below.
On the wing, Jackson. Goes back up. There's the pass to Boston. And they get it back. Okongwu dishes to Jackson. Drills it from outside.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Clarkson outside. Takes it from 10. Basket good.
Jordan Clarkson showing the ability to put the ball on the deck and make a play.
Here's Kolek. Rebound collected by Clarkson. And so Clarkson will bring it up for Dallas. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, torrid shooting in that one. Some of it was good play calling. Some of it was just making tough shots.
Well, give credit to a couple of their guys for their complete locked-in nature. They were just focused, and they made everything they looked at.
And that one's good. Kolek.
He doesn't need a lot of daylight. Stretches the defense night in and night out.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Beaton passes to Gafford. Here's Prosper. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Dallas needs to get off a shot. There's the three. Rebounded by the Wizards. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome. I'm sure if he had the chance to do that possession over again, he would not have taken the shot.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead by 1. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Here's McCollum. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. We know, Doris, at one point, the Wizards had one of the most unique runs in NBA history.
Think back to 1987, 1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
They've got Walker Kessler. Dosumu is out there with McCollum. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Butler in at the small forward. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards.
Well, never one to force up a three. Jimmy Butler judiciously will take a three-point opportunity. That is a nice delivery.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. It certainly makes a strong case for the best effort.
Malik Monk, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line. I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. Oh, great ball movement there.
And it'll be the Mavericks with their first time out here of the game. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And so here is Dallas following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind. And it's fun to watch. Buries the long-range jumper.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Doncic passes to Grimes. Here's Lively. And here is Marshall. His last outing, he had 8 points. And it's sent back by Kessler.
Such a disruptive defender, Kessler, one of the best shot blockers this league has to offer.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Washington leading now by 8. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And again, Washington with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Irving against Monk. And it's sent back by Kessler. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Washington called for the foul.
The neat thing about Kyrie Irving is you get style and substance. This guy's such a fluid player, makes the game look effortless.
Okongwu's checked in for Washington. Doris with Nowitzki and Doncic. The Mavericks have gone from one great European player to another.
And you could tell the one year that Luka got to play with Dirk, Kevin, he absolutely loved it. He got to learn from a Hall of Famer and a champion. What better way to start your career?
And here are the Mavericks now, following the three-pointer by Washington. McCollum against Doncic. Doncic converts right through the defense.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
McCollum passes to Dosunmu. No good from outside. Mavericks trail by 10. However you feel about Kyrie Irving, you cannot deny, Doris, he is an elite player still.
Kevin, there are many who consider Kyrie Irving to be the greatest finishing guard in the history of the game. I mean, left hand, right hand, a little bit of English and polish, big shot maker. And what I love for Kyrie Irving right now is he seems content and happy.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Dallas. Elfrid Payton comes in for Luka Doncic. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They host the Kings after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. A shot's good from Irving.
They are just killing him on the interior.
McCollum against Payton. Goes up on the wing, and the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 11.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Passes to Payton. Banked in off the glass. Payton's got his first points of the game.
Boy, a nice, efficient finish for Elfrid Payton. Boy, that'll help your percentage, gentlemen.
Pass to Okongwu. It's McCollum on the wing over Payton. McCollum, no good.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, Daniel Gafford has carved out Doris a role in this league with his hustle, his intensity, and his rim protection.
All of those things you just mentioned, Kevin, are skills. He plays hard on both ends. Gafford can defend the paint. He's going to crash the glass. He's going to run the floor. Listen, figure out how you can fit and do your job.
Here's Dallas. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Kept alive. Gafford. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. They shoot again. He can't hit that time. Wizards leading by 4. Richards passes to Jackson.
Wizards foul. P.J. Boston. Second personal foul. Fourth.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Payton surveying the floor. Pass to Prosper. Back to Payton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Gafford throws it down.
Boy, Gafford gets off his feet quickly, and the pass is absolutely perfect.
On the wing, Jackson. The Wizards with another miss. Here's Irving. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Washington Wizards. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big, so it's going to come down to defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. And they kept it close, trailing by, at the most, 4 points. And so far, they're out in front, but not by much as we head into the half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
The bench unit was an essential part of the puzzle in the first half. They really stepped it up in a big way, and that helped out. And now the starters can appreciate not having to carry the load on their own.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
They got rained on from three. Now the shooters deserve the credit. They didn't hit a defensive shot. The defense deserved more of the blame, because there were still way too many wide open looks.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. On the floor for Dallas, the star backcourt, Doncic and Irving are the guard set. Then it's Derek Lively and it's Marshall in at the small forward position.
And just look at those numbers. What can't McCollum do?
Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Doncic, forcing his way inside. Doncic.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that track.
In the corner, it's Monk. Shoots the 3. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
Inside, here's Prosper. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. On the wing, Monk over Irving. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now Marshall, after Jimmy Butler missed from long range. And Doncic throws it down.
I'll tell you, some people question the athleticism of Luka Doncic, but, boy, he loves to dunk on occasion and let you hear about it.
Now here's McCollum, 13 points in the game.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Monk against Irving. From 12 feet out, Monk grabs the board. And so Monk will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. It'll be the second of 4 games at home for them.
and those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Dallas calls timeout. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Okongwu's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Dosumu in for McCollum. The Mavericks also with a sub. Grimes is checked in. You know, Doris, every so often there are guys that come along that you can build a franchise around, and Luka Doncic seems to be one of them.
There's no question, Kevin, and if I were putting a team around Luka Doncic, I'd want to have multiple vertical threats at the rim and shooters at every other position, because at that point, Luka is unguardable.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Offensive rebound. Now the pass to Dosumu. Over Irving. They get it again. Okongwu. Monk for three. He can't get that one to fall.
And what a struggle it has been, yet to convert a single shot from the field.
Irving, good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
On the wing, Dosumu. Connects from three-point range. Dosumu's got 12.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Here's Doncic. The kick out to Irving. Lively trying to break loose. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving. Washington calls timeout. Mavericks making a switch here. Gafford's checked in. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
Well, you look at Doncic. He's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more, and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Well, obviously, the defense has not been great this half, and you've got to be able to address this quickly.
Doncic passes to Lively. And here is Gafford. Doncic outside. Lets the three fly. Doncic sticking it from way outside.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
On for three with the putback. And Lively pulls it down. Mavericks trail by 5. Now Irving up and in on the way. Irving's got 9 points here in the second half.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Bangs home the trifecta.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Outside Irving. Lively inside. Working on Kessler.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Three-pointer, Butler. Oh, Butler draining the three.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Doncic. Lively trying to break loose. Pass to Grimes. That 3 off the mark. Kessler with it. 7 points in the game. Shoots over Lively. Kessler, no good. And so it's the Washington Wizards ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've done a lot of great work from long range. Back right after this.
54.
A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
It's not going to be easy. Come on. It's not going to be easy. Let's go. Defense. 1, 2, 3, defense.
Jason Kidd moments ago in his huddle getting everyone focused and amped up to take on these next few moments.
Yeah, and an emphasis really on forcing stops. Something Coach did very well back in his day when he was playing. Let's see if they can live up to his expectations.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Jackson. Nick Richards out there with Walker Kessler. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Boston in at the 2. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And Gafford throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now here's McCollum. And that one's good, Boston. Boston's got his first points of the night. Mavericks trail by 9. It's Payton, high post. Pass to Gafford. There's the steal. McCollum with the ball. Now Payton defending. Pass to Kessler. Shoots over Gafford. Kessler. No good.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And Marshall kicks to Clarkson. Off target with his 3. Wizards leading by 9. Jackson passes to Boston. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Boston's got 5 points now this quarter, and the Mavericks call time here. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Wizards. And Dallas with a change here, too. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Clarkson. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. Now, Coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, David.
Yeah, make no mistake, Kuzma will mix it up, particularly on the offensive window. You see his instinct to score.
To the inside, Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And so McCollum will bring it out for Washington. On the wing, Jackson. No good on the 3.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Irving can't hit.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing. Boy, he cannot get anything to fall, but the teammates, boy, have they delivered.
Lets it go. Washington with the rebound.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Here's Jackson. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Jackson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Wizards. Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. ADB, one thing about Kyle Kuzma, at 6'9", he is a big wing.
Well, what I I love about him, Kevin, is that he's such a strong shooter. He can bang in the post if you need him to. He always puts up solid rebounding numbers. And I think the final piece we've seen him developing is his ability to distribute the basketball.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Okongwu comes in for Nick Richard. And it's Butler in for G.G. Jackson.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here is Irving. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Kyrie may be the best finishing guard in the history of the game. His ability to contort his body or spin the basketball, ridiculous. Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And the lead is down inside single digits. Irving's got 15 points in just the second half. Washington calls timeout.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler.
And he's earned it with his three-point shooting more than anything else. I mean, his stroke from beyond has been smooth as silk, and 18 of his points have come from long range. A nice contribution.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Pulls it up. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Prosper. Can't hit from in close.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Now, Doncic, after Jimmy Butler missed from long range. Here's Irving. Tipped away. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And the basket by McCollum.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Washington.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for C.J. McCollum.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Kyrie Irving, 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
When it's all said and done for Kyrie, the handle, the creativity, and the big shot making always will stand out.
First team foul.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Your classic combo guard. C.J. McCollum can play off the ball as a shooting guard, but also can run the point at times. They're a valuable piece for this team.
Now, here's Doncic, and that one drops.
Luka wants, Luka expects to take huge shots. This guy is so big time.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Third team
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
for the Wizards.
And so both free throws are good. It's an 8-point game. And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 8. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
A lot to talk over and improve on for next time.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
19 seconds left in the game. Knocks down the three.
This guy is an absolute machine. Luka Doncic keeping his foot on the gas and giving the defense everything they can handle.
And the first of two, no good. Heartbreak. Dallas making a switch here. And the second of two is good. That increases their lead to 6. Dallas calls timeout. They're behind by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
$16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Grimes. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Grimes can be hot and cold, but boy, he gets that bucket down from 3.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're in front by 3. 11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. 11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
You know, I don't believe in the word choke, but to come away empty right there is brutal. This game would have been over.
And so it's Washington who scrape by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's going to happen. How is this thing going to play out?
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. You guys had it going from long range. When that happens, how does that affect the offense?
Well, when they're making shots, it's opening the lane for us drivers. And we just want them to continue to shoot with confidence. Everybody on this team, no matter if you make it or miss it, we need you to shoot it because that's what the game tells you to do.
Keeps the floor spread, man. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.